Hi everyone, it's Di here from Di's Den, and look, I don't have anything to show you. My goodness. Last Sunday we did a project called a Birdhouse gift box. I hope you remember that. If you didn't and you didn't see that video, it's last Sunday. So the Sunday before this one. Whatever the date will be. I'm not sure of the date. I can't remember what it was last week. I can't think past the end of my nose today. So, and I say then, maybe we should make a card that matches this one. So let's pop them out of the way. And I've actually gone ahead and cut one out. Oops, pop them over there. I need those. And I have my little bits and pieces in here again, like before. So I've got my flowers and my leaves and my bird and a stand this time, a little stand. But I think we will probably have to chop that down a tiny bit. Okay, and then we got all our card pieces. So we're still using the Country Birdhouse, and we're going to be using the Hope You Have the Best Day Ever and Happy Birthday, along with the Birdhouse in the dies and the bird and the little flowers. Okay, so let's pop that out of the way for a second and let me show you what you need. Okay, for the main card, you need a piece of card that measures 5 7/8 by 8 1/4. For the front of my card, I'm going to do a layer that measures 5 5/8 by 3 7/8 and a DSP layer that measures 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. Now, as we did the bird cage in this birdhouse in this last time, we're actually doing just that. And I've actually put him the other way round because I thought it made the card look longer. Then we have our pieces for our birdhouse. So for building the birdhouse, you'll need a piece of card that measures 5 7/8 by 4 1/8, so we can pop that onto the front of the card. And that will get you this piece here. Then you'll need a couple of small pieces of scrap for your other pieces and your roof edge, so that all goes together like so. I do have my little round things to go in here and there. So for my insert, I'm not even putting a double layer on my insert today. I thought it was just, there was enough on the front of the card for us to do that. So our insert is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then I've got a strip to put down the side of the same paper that measures 5 5/8 by 5/8 of an inch. Okay, so let's pop all of these pieces out of the way. And let's score our main card. And that's the only piece of scoring we've got to do. So we're going to score our main card on the long side, which is the 8 1/4 inch side at 4 1/8. Sorry, 4 1/8, and we're using that small ball. So that's all the scoring we are going to do. So we will now fold and burnish our card, making sure that it sits nice and level. Sometimes it doesn't like to sit level. And then we can glue our 2 layers onto the front of our card. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to do my insert with you before we do the outside of the card, after we've put our layers on. I just thought, because we've done the birdhouse before, but we'll go through it one more time so you know how to put it together, because it can be a little bit tricky if you're not sure, and we don't want that to happen, do we? We don't want to waste cardstock if we don't have to. So that's the front of our card. This is our insert and our little piece of strip. So we're going to actually stamp in Lost Lagoon. So let's find a Lost Lagoon, and we're going to stamp our main words just here in the middle, like so. That's a, and I've put it as close as possible to that edge there. So let's move that out of the way, and I'm going to put this down the one side. I'm popping it down this side so that it's flush with the edge of the card, this piece of card. If you've got a like me, tiny little bit hanging off the edge, just trim it. Same as along this edge, I think. Got some tiny bits sticking over. There we go. Alright, and now I'm going to stamp this little bird in the bottom corner down here. And we're going to colour him in the same as we did on the other one, which was using our Cajun Craze in the dark for his beak and his legs. And then dark balmy blue for under his chest here. And the tips of his wings. And the tips of his tail. Then we'll go in with the light balmy blue just to colour them all in. Now I'm going over him twice, and then we'll go over him once more with the dark, just so that it's all in there nicely. Okay, once he's done, we can pop them out of the way now, and we can glue this to the inside of the card. There we go, the inside of the card. So now we'll pop that out of the way, and we will bring in our pieces to do our other birdhouse. So I'm going to actually stamp on this piece this time. I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday, which looks a bit wonky on here, but I think that's how it's supposed to be by the looks of things. And I'm going to do this tone on tone. So that's done on Lost Lagoon with Lost Lagoon ink. Alright, so let's let that dry for a few seconds, and we will start by putting this scalloped edge across the top. And in case you weren't here with me last time, you see these tiny little bumps here. There's a little bump there and a little bump there. That is what matches up with this end here and this end here. So we pop that in there, like that bump. I will do when I can get it there. Get there. And then do the same on this side. And then we can lay that down nice and flat. Once we've done that, we can put on our roof. And this roof actually lines up with this large area here. So we pop him on there to line it up on there and on this side, and you'll see that he then sits over the top of the scallop bit. Really pretty and done. Then we have our tiny bit, which I've put in the same colour as the main box. Birdhouse. Bird box, birdhouse. Now this piece, this and here, line up on top of that little bump. Once they're lined up, I've got a little bit too much glue there, as you can see. We can push them down nice and hard. Then we can pop our piece down the bottom here that has the happy birthday on it. Okay, so I'm going to tip out all my bits, oops, because I've got my little bird and my bird hole for him to go in. So I'm going to pop this one up here. Put the bird hole for him to go in, and then the larger dot out of the two, because the small dot is what comes out of the middle there, the larger dot goes underneath, like so. This time we're actually going to pop this up on some dimensionals, because we're going to then pop this down the bottom here. So that goes onto there like so, but you see how he's too big to go on my card. So I'm going to bring that down, and I'm just going to turn this over, because this is designed for, I don't know, can't say for American cards because they're actually shorter. So unless I can put it that way up, so it looks like, yeah, let's do it that way. Alright, well let's pop this on dimensionals. Let's find some. I won't put one in the middle there, because I'm putting that on. Oops, get him off of there, that's it. We'll pop our birdhouse in the middle here, like so, making sure he's nice and straight. Then we will pop this up on some, under here like so, like that. What do you reckon? I think that looks good. Yep, let's do that, let's do it that way. Seems very quiet in here today. Makes a change. Normally there's a lot of noise going on outside. I'm going to pop that under there. I'm going to line that up with this, with the bottom of my designer series paper, making sure it's in the middle of the birdhouse. There we go. And now we can pop our little birdie on. Then we can work out where we're going to put all our flowers. Now, what happened to all my leaves? Oh my goodness. I'm going to stand him down here. There we go. Now, I seem to have only got one leaf here, so I've lost the other. So I'm going to turn you off for a few seconds while I go and cut a few more leaves. Back with a few more extra leaves cut now. So let's glue these together. So pop a little bit of glue onto the back of this flower, this pink, red flower, get red right. And I will do a pink flower, and I'm not going to use that yellow flower at all. And I think I'll do another red flower. I didn't cut out any white ones this time, so alright, so that's rubbish. Get in the bin. Let's pop some dimensionals on the back of these, because we're going to pop these ones up this time. Because I'm going to pop that one in there like so. This one up here, I think I need a couple more on his leaves. Get off my finger, not on my finger, just on the leaf. I'm just going to put one on the back of that leaf there too. Okay, and then we'll do the same on these leaves over here, especially being as we are going to put this one down the bottom a bit. Oh, get off me finger. Alright, so now we're going to pop some more on the backs of these. Let's see, we popped a couple of pink ones and a couple of red ones. Oops. Let's see. I'm going to have two lots of pink ones. I'm having a lot of trouble with these dimensionals. This one's stuck to my finger now. Let's see if that makes any difference getting them out that way. Shh, bowl. Stand still. Anybody think we were having an earthquake? And we're not. Let me assure you, we're definitely not. Come on, I can't even get the things off the back of this one. Let's try that one again. Let's pop this one on here, because that one I knew didn't have one. That one seems to have been really stuck on the back. Okie dokie. So that's all my bits and pieces. Let's move all these ones out of the way. And I still got my little gems here. So, well, I didn't have them still here. I had to go and get them again, but we will pop some little gems onto all of these flowers. Get rid of that one. think I want to move that one. I actually want to move that one. So he's actually down there, not up the top. That's better. He was wobbling around too much. And I didn't like that wobbling. Well, that's our card for today. And there is only the one, as you can see. I haven't made another. I made this with you. So that's a really great idea, isn't it? I love that card. And it does go lovely with this. Even though we have used different colourings, it goes nicely with the card so that you can actually pop some sweets in there and give this to somebody for a happy birthday. I hope you have the best day ever. Happy birthday. And I love it. So if you've enjoyed today's card, which matches last Sunday's gift box or goodie box, whatever you want to call it, then just head down here and you will find the written tutorial for this. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you would like, well, I've already said that, if you'd like the written tutorial, don't forget to leave me a comment. I do like to hear from you all. And I will see you again next week. Bye for now.